Okay, welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. In the last episode, you saw our hero, Olimar, crash land on an alien planet, and his only hope to survive are these weird, small plant-animal things he calls Pikmin.
I would just also like to add, that is a very majestic mountain in the background.
It is.
It's very beautiful. That looks like something off of a Windows desktop from like 97. It reminds me of, those days back when you logged on and heard that Windows tune. It's just so nostalgic.
Quite insightful of you.
Yes.
I can only hope that someday we get to explore that area.
Oh yes, Windows 97.
No, I'm talking about the mountains.
Oh, well, I mean, we could do both.
I suppose.
Do a Let's Play on booting up Windows 97.
Anyways, we're getting kind of off topic here, so let's go and explore this new area, the Forest of Hope.
Hopefully, it's hopeful.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That the best you can do?
Excuse me? Like you're doing anything better?
I'm playing the game.
You're not doing anything right now.
Well, that's because it's the starting day
I'm just
scene.
trying to do something, and you're just being rude to me. I don't appreciate your tone right now.
Let's see what Olmar has to say.
Probably nothing important.
My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand beneath the light and press A.
He's lonely and has no friends. Can you, edit a picture of the Forever Alone face over Olmar's head for the rest of this Let's Play?
No.
Because that would be great.
I'm not gonna do that.
Why not? It suits him well.
Besides, he's not Forever Alone, he is Pikmin.
Yeah, but he just said he was lonely, so he's going to call on his friends that, are basically just nobodies. Because they don't speak the same language, they just mindlessly follow him around. This is like communism or something.
Anyways, I need to get to explaining some stuff to you. As you saw right there, Pikmin naturally sleep in the onion, and to get them out you need to go underneath there and pick how many Pikmin you want to come out of there. Right now we are dealing with a barrier that's in front of us, which the Pikmin can destroy by violently smashing their heads against it.
Yes.
It seems to be working, so I'm not going to argue.
I mean, when doesn't that work? I usually do that to get my homework done, and it seems to work fairly well.
If it works, I'm not going to argue. Any minute now.
Yeah, it'd be, great, chop chop, come on guys, let's get going. We got a schedule to attend to.
And now we have our first signs of combat.
A mutant ladybug.
No, these are called, dwarf bulborgs. Imagine, if dogs had only 2 legs, weird eye sockets, and,
Look like ladybugs?
Sure. The main thing you need to know is that, they are carnivorous and they like to eat Pikmin.
Does that count as carnivorous? Because they're kind of plants.
But they're plant animals.
So, wouldn't they be omnivores? This is very insightful. We need to ask Nintendo.
We need I don't know, an expert in this field.
Yes, because I'm sure there's so many experts in the field of Pikmin.
I mean, are there any real-life examples of a plant animal?
Not really. It's usually either a plant or an animal or a fungi or something.
I mean, how would you classify... if you eat a Pikmin, you're eating a plant and an animal at the same time, so...
I would assume that they would be classified more as an animal, because they're kind of, walking around and stuff.
Yeah, I see.
And plants don't really do that, so...
Yeah, but at the same time, they have the same qualities of plants, where they're just, if they're not pulled out, they just kind of stay there, in the ground, rooted.
But do they rely on photosynthesis?
Technically, they can.
Well, some plants don't have to use photosynthesis.
And actually, this would be a good time to talk about one of the other mechanics is nectar. You see, right now the Pikmin are in leaf form, but when they drink nectar, they grow flowers. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar.
Local variety? Is he gonna turn into a farmer now? He's a farmer, a scientist, and an astronaut? He's a well-accomplished man.
When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and particularities of these flower Pikmin. Essentially, flower Pikmin are better in every shape and form to leaf Pikmin. They're faster and stronger.
So essentially it's steroids.
Yeah. And going back to what we were talking about photosynthesis, is that there is another way to get flower Pikmin. If Pikmin stay rooted in the ground for a long enough period of time, they'll eventually be able to bud, go into a bud form, then they'll grow flowers.
I think those ones should have been called pigmins, because they just, like, stole all that nectar.
Yeah. I guess that is another little gripe I have also, is that if you're not careful when harvesting a nectar, there can be just one Pikmin that gets all the nectar for himself.
Yeah, because he's a fat ass.
Pretty much. So let's explore up here with our army.
Yeah, just, throw them all up there one by one.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do with real armies.
I mean, just look at them. They're getting in line. They're in line for it.
Yeah. They're like, throw me next! No, me!
The reason we had to throw them up there is because naturally Pikmin cannot swim. They drown. They sink like a rock. Well, I guess they don't sink. They just helplessly swing.
Go blah, blah, blah.
Pretty much.
Like dying seagulls or something.
Right here we have the adult of the dwarf bulborb, just a spotty bulborb.
So a really big ladybug.
Yeah. The best way to take care of these is to... What the...
just
what?
Crowd around them for a couple of seconds.
That was
nothing.
That was weird. That's actually the first time I've ever seen that happen. Only live can this stuff happen.
Well, this isn't live, though.
Well, to us it is.
Well, not to the rest of the people. Why are you so selfish? You only care about yourself, huh?
No, I care about others.
Sure.
Anyways, we have the shock absorber here. This apparatus counteracts shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place. Usually.
That's not very confident. I'd want confidence in my space instruments. I wouldn't want to, usually say they work.
Eh. If it usually works, yeah, I'm not gonna argue.
I would, because I kind of want to live when I'm going through space. I don't want my face to, implode or anything, because I kind of need that for things.
Well, if Omar's willing to take the risk, I will too.
Yeah. So you're selfish and willing to die for stupid causes. I see.
Now let's just wait for our guys to bring back this bulborb carcass, which the onion is surprisingly able to absorb.
So does that make Pikmin carnivorous then? Because they just kind of take it in there. You don't see what happens. I mean, there's probably some dark stuff going on in there.
Pretty much how I've just always interpreted it is that whatever the Pikmin bring back to the onion, the onion breaks down and converts it to nutrients which produce more Pikmin. Well, the shock absorber. This nifty little device counteracts shaking and swaying in spaceflight. I've now recovered 2 of 30 parts. If I can just find 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities.
Whoa, he has all this information just ready to go. I mean, does he did he prepare for this day? Did he just know it was gonna happen?
Oh, maybe. I mean, he does travel through space, so he has to be prepared for this sort of stuff.
Yes, because I'm sure this happens all the time.
For those that are wondering what it means by increasing the ship's capabilities, is that once you reach a certain number of parts, you'll be able to advance to the next area to get more ship parts that are missing.
And then he can also impress the other lady ships.
And now we have found the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has a limited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. But before we do that, I want to kill this guy. Because I can.
So they have electricity, but they don't seem to think of, sending any of their people in space with any sort of weapons of any kind,
Funny you should mention that, well, we'll find out. Oh, you'll see later. Because it's not like, they go into space without any sort of weapon. Oh, my clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So it's best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and day display. At the bottom are my spacesuit, damage meter, and Pikmin gauges. From the left, these numbers reflect Pikmin under my command, Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in onions. And, yeah.
So, why does his suit automatically have a Pikmin meter in it?
Because science.
Okay, makes sense.
You see, unlike the first day, you do have a time limit for each day you can spend. Each day lasts about 15 minutes. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, there really isn't much else to explain. The game already did for me. They talked about what these meters at the bottom of the screen mean in terms of Pikmin in your party on the field and Pikmin total.
You know, because when I build spacesuits, I just put in useless meters, you know, that wouldn't make any sense, but in one place that you don't even really know about.
Who knows? Maybe he made it on the fly. I don't know.
So he's a mechanic, scientist, astronaut, and a farmer?
Maybe.
He's just... he's everything.
One thing I want to point out, though, is that here it says, this should light things up. No more candles for me. Why does he have candles on his ship?
He has, like, one little cockpit there. Where else would you be?
He doesn't even really have a cockpit. You see, the glass dome display is missing still.
Yeah, so why would you even want a candle? I mean, there's holes in these stories that I won't explain. Oh, more, you're just...
Oh.
At first, I thought that was an actual living Bulborb, but I was like, well...
I was gonna say, that scared me a little... What the...
The way that the camera was, it just zoomed in, and then these eyeballs just come out of nowhere, like, I'm gonna eat you.
I almost felt like I was in Jaws. It was like coming out of nowhere.
Oh, yes. That was pretty scary. I was like, well...
I was like, what? That never happened before.
I was like, you might want to turn around, or, you know... Oh, that could have been a situation if that actually was real.
Oh god, that would have been bad.
Dramatic camera angles.
Oh, we have another barrier. Joy. Let's smash it. Beat your heads, my children.
Because that's what I want my children to do. You know, I think that, Bulborb back there has, like, sleep apnea or something. He's snoring pretty bad over there. I think he might want to go to a doctor or something.
Funny you should actually mention the snoring is that, for whatever strange reason, one of the few changes that they made from the GameCube version to the Wii version is that, the snoring's different.
Yes, because that's what I wanted in my Pikmin remake, is snoring.
You see, in the first Pikmin game, you heard, like, a loud snoring noise, you know, kind of like, a typical comic noise. Yeah. In this game, they squeak.
Ooh, squeak.
I'm not kidding, they squeak.
Oh no, there's a potato!
I mean, I'm sure the people in our audience can hear the squeaking, but we can't really because we have the game audio low.
What? Really? I didn't know this.
Anyways, more important things. New Pikmin onion. What?
OMG. Now this game just got so much more intense.
One of the things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put these guys... Well, I'll just leave them here. They'll be fine.
Leave your children unattended in one big pile. I'm sure they'll protect each other. I mean, it's not like any Impedo is going to come by and, you know, with his van just pull up and they jump right in.
Oh, look at the freak here with the large ears.
Yeah, good job, Dumbo.
The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears.
Ooh, racist.
It looks like it may weigh less than others. How can you tell by looking at it?
It looks exactly the same besides the ears and the fact that it's yellow.
In what other way is going to be different from red Pikmin? I must be sure to observe it more closely. And yeah. Well, I must say Olimar is right. By looking at it, yellow Pikmin are lighter than normal Pikmin, so they can be tossed higher.
Physics.
Yep. There is one other mechanic to yellow Pikmin, which we'll get into here shortly, but I just want to increase our yellow Pikmin population first. Oh, no.
Does that one Pikmin get to be like the leader of all yellow Pikmin since he's the first?
Yeah. Do you want to name our yellow Pikmin leader?
Yes, I believe he should be named Eduardo.
Eduardo?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep track of him. I'm not going to let him out of my sights. He's the one in back now. Now he's right beside you. Okay, now I'm all confused because the onion got in the way.
I was gonna say, you're doing a good job at it.
Well, I was until that onion got in the way. That just made me sad. I don't know which one you are, Eduardo, but I recognize your leadership role you play in this society.
Well, since we're really doing nothing now by getting Pikmin, I might as well explain that the color of the pellets that you bring to onions do matter. If you bring a red pellet to a red onion, you'll get 2 Pikmin, but if you bring a red pellet to a yellow onion, you only get 1 Pikmin.
Math.
Well, yeah, it's math and colors, essentially.
I hate colors. And math.
Well, I see we're at an impasse then.
I just hate this game now.
I'm sorry I ruined the fun for you.
Yeah, you did. Now I'm probably gonna cry myself to sleep tonight.
Well, you do that every night anyway, so nothing's really changed.
That wasn't very nice.
Let's show that new mechanic off I was talking about.
Oh yeah, and you just blow it off like nothing happened. Jeez.
We have to make progress here. The yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there is tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research.
Oh my god, he's such a scientist.
Yep. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, it's a bomb. Which Olimar now? Oh wait, no, this is something different actually.
Oh, jeez.
I've made just another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time or any area. Ooh. Excuse me.
You gonna live there?
Yeah. Okay, now Olimar explains the bombs. Glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. When I throw a bomb rock carrying Pikmin and give them orders, they will toss their bomb rocks at nearby walls or obstacles. The explosive power of the bomb rocks is tremendous, so I must keep my distance.
Yeah, that was extremely tremendous. I'd just also like to point out the fact that that 100 Pikmin thing could not be explained in real life, but only in a video game.
Pretty much. I mean, there's no other reason to say, like, why there can't be more than 100 Pikmin on the field at once.
Especially since, you know, they're of different colors. Yeah. Like, how would the onion know that there is, you know, whatever number of red Pikmin also?
Yeah.
I found holes in your game, Nintendo. What you gonna do about it, huh?
Miyamoto's gonna come for you.
I'll take him on.
My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin are waiting beneath the dolphin and onions, who will probably enter the onions on their own. But...
Assuming things.
If I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I am sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I am somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness.
What makes the ones planted so safe? Why can't a Bulborb just come over and yum on some planted ones?
I think Olmar's just assuming that they aren't smart enough to do that.
Well, I mean, they are kind of dumb.
True. Why do I have only 99?
Maybe he's back at the ship or something?
Well...
Is it Eduardo? Eduardo!
No, I think I have all the yellow Pikmin. Anyways...
It better not be Eduardo.
We're gonna use the rest of our time here just to kill enemies. Because going into, enemy spawns is that, when you kill an enemy, it'll take a few days before they respawn again.
What about Eduardo, though?
Oh no, he won't respawn. If he's dead, he's dead.
No! Is there a red Pikmin planted or something? No.
Wait.
You found it.
I think he was caught on the ledge here.
Don't you just love how that happens?
Anyways, we have our whole group, so everyone will live.
Yes. Unfortunately. I was hoping you'd all die.
Jeez.
So... okay. At first I thought all your Pikmin just got left out there to die or something.
I was gonna say, because normally what happens is that, during the beginning of that, the Pikmin are already starting to go into the onion, so I was getting a little worried, like, where are they?
Oh, hey, look, somebody wanted a snack.
Yes, you see, Bulborbs are species that are nocturnal. They sleep during the day, then they, feast for Pikmin at night.
Besides their babies, they just apparently are up at all times of the day.
Yeah, you see, they're like normal children. They have too much energy and they don't know when to sleep.
Except they don't move, though. They just sit there and, like, sniff around.
Yeah. 2 days since impact. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press plus to locate my parts.
Yes, because I'm sure everybody has a plus button in their suit.
Don't you?
Well, I guess not. My suit must be obsolete.
Yet, there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it, and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. This is actually important to note, is that if the health in your spacesuit reaches 0, the day will automatically end, and any Pikmin you had in the field will then automatically die.
Ooh, that's fun.
And it'll be explained that the Pikmin all sacrifice their lives to save yours and get you back to your ship.
That's really cheesy.
Yeah.
It's like the ending to the Pokemon movie.
Don't get me started. Well, let's see our stats for today. We sprouted 88 Pikmin, we didn't lose any in battle. And also we met the yellow Pikmin, which we got their population started.
You should have got 4 more Pikmin.
Why? Oh.
Yes.
Yes, we get it, John the Spartan.
Yes.
Anyways, that's your Halo reference for today, folks.
Yes, because you always need those in videos.
Well, that's it for day 2. Join us next time where we explore more of the Forest of Hope in day 3.
Goodbye, Majestic Mountain.
Yes, goodbye.